I know the default answer is yes, but I also know that this question is not so black and white. And so, the question is this: if your friend is thriving, that means doing really fucking well, but you are struggling to stay afloat, should you still be happy for your friend? I leave it to y'all to answer.
Before the what do you think that you said the default answer is
I
yes?
mean, yeah, the default answer is sure is yes, but I think that's not so black and white in the situation I'm presenting.
Mhm.
And if I'm wrong and
So
that's
let me
not
see
the
if I get
default answer, then please,
no.
I like when we argue
Yeah,
up
let me
here. You
see
know
if
what I'm
I.
saying? I enjoy when there's discourse. I really don't like when everybody's like, yes, 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 yes. Okay, move on.
I would like to know what the nuance
Yeah,
is
yeah,
in
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was like, let me see if I understand. So your friend is
They're doing super
thriving,
well. They're
and
doing fucking amazing.
they're doing super
But your life is in
right,
shambles.
and so the question is, do I want them to keep
No,
thriving?
should you be happy for your friend?
Should you feel happiness?
Oh, of course.
Should you
Yeah,
feel
of
it?
course. I mean, because it's like, I mean, let's put it to extremes. It's like, well, if if I'm locked up for whatever reason, and you out there, doing the best, yeah, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want us both to be locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's miserable. With the fact that your friend is out there doing really well, I think that's great. And perhaps the more well they do, maybe they can be in a position to somehow help you someday. Who knows? And even if they don't, you know, what does one thing have to do with the other?
Right.
It's like, well, they're doing well. That's awesome. Keep doing it. Like whatever you're doing. I'm proud of you. Honestly, like I could be down to my last dollar and still be like, I'm proud of you.
Fact.
That's what's up. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
gentlemen.
I mean, it's some sucker shit. If you're successful and I'm not, that has nothing to do with me, right? Unless we're a team or something that we built this together, and then Jay's the Shawn Michaels in this relationship. I'm Marty Jannetty, and I go down to Squalor.
All right,
Then that's still technically on me, right?
but I'm
Because
just a sexy boy.
listen, but it's also on me, right? Take the steroids, work hard in the gym, work on my promos, and I could be just as good too, right?
Attack you and Brutus the Barber Beefcake's barbershop. And shit.
Exactly. You know
Not
what I'm
better, still
saying?
not better. Don't worry
Didn't
about
even
it.
notice it's turning into a wrestling pod. You know what I'm
By the
saying?
way, Tez does wrestling on every Tuesday. Just let you know.
Talk to say it again. Let them know where they can find it. You know what I'm saying? Let them know where they can
Come
find it.
on now.
Twitch.tv/
That's what's
Cortez,
up. Yeah.
Corretez.
There you
There you
go.
go. No, but seriously, I'm sure you see it a lot in music, and you see it a lot in almost anything, even streaming, for example, right?
Mhm.
I could say I was like this at a point, but it's just like why am I mad at the person doing better than me? When you look at it, their work ethic was greater, right? I hate doing video editing. I hate it. I would have more growth if I decided to fucking put some time and energy into fucking editing videos for TikTok and Instagram. I would have my viewers go up. But I'm also a cocky person where guess what? Without that, I became in the 1% of all WWE 2K streamers last year.
Holler.
So I mean, that's me, right? But I know that hey, if a person does the same thing, does more work, gets more followers, then they deserve it. I'm not going to be that. I mean, it makes no sense to be that bitter person just because that person extended. And if we're friends, support them no matter what, because
Right.
it's
Yeah.
different. Of like, oh, they like the person who's on top is like, I can't fuck with you no more. You're not on my level, like, bro. I can't. Like, you're not here. That's different.
Right.
But if the dynamics of the relationship is still the same, and just only because that person is more successful, that makes no
Not to
difference.
mention,
Yeah.
not to
Hold on. Hold
mention.
on.
Eh,
Go
yeah. Go ahead.
ahead. Days. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Days.
Remember, we spoke about this
Yeah.
on the
Go ahead,
pod
Days.
before. Like, at some point, I know I was next to you. You know, you did see that person struggle before they reach this level of success. You get what I'm saying? How could you not be happy for them? You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody faced some type of hardship, on a road to success. And if that person is your friend, I guarantee you seen that, you witnessed that before you get to witness the success. You get what I'm saying? So me myself, automatically, I'm a team player. I see the bigger picture, so I'm gonna feel it automatically. But for someone else, I definitely think that they should, you know, feel that, and channel that, be inspired by it. Don't have the opposite effect. Some people, they see it and they feel some type of resentment. Like Taz was saying, they may feel like they owe it, but this person is owed it. They put in the work. You get what I'm saying? They put in the work. If I'm not putting in the work, then how could I not be happy for this person? How could I feel like I'm owed their position when I'm not putting in the work to be in their position? But if we talking about rooting for
Yeah.
our friends, then absolutely, I'm all there. You know,
Go ahead, Dre.
Hold on, Dre.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one thing just to go with him.
Go ahead. Yeah.
But the person who's not as successful as the other friend, right? You saw the recipe. You saw all the ingredients that went into that success.
correct.
So if you're bitter at that person because they didn't carry you, that's still on you because you saw everything that went into the pot. You saw the
Absolutely,
work, you saw the creativity, you saw whatever options that they took.
sweat equity.
Yes, the sweat equity, yes.
Yes.
But you saw the whole recipe. That's on you now. So we also live in a sad environment where everybody wants handouts. Everybody wants to be lifted up to the top. It don't
Correct.
work like that.
All right, go ahead, Dre.
Here's the thing, because I dig what y'all saying in terms of hard work, but here's the reality. Sometimes cats get to where they got to and they were just lucky. They was at the right place, the
Absolutely.
right time, met the right person, bumped into the right person. You know what I'm saying? And they just like boom, because I met this dude or this woman or whatever, it took me way where, so it's like cats could be rappers, actors, whatever, and putting in mad work, and it's just not happening. We know
But
we
that's
see
your
it.
friend.
But some people, yeah, but some people get really lucky. So what I'm saying is I'm not even looking at it in terms of like, wow, we put the same work in, because it may have nothing to do with that. This person may have just came on the scene. We see it
Right.
all the time. Somebody just come onto the scene. I've been rapping for 3 months. How are you way up there? It's just that they just met the right people, right time, whatever, and got there. Or an actor, right? Like some people have been acting for mad years, only tiny little roles. Someone else comes up on the scene, been at the right place, right time, met the right person. Within a month, they
Kang the Conqueror.
in a Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. It's like, wow, how did you just blew up like that? I've been trying to do this for forever. So my thing is, I would still be happy for them, even if they didn't put the same work
I
in I
see what
put
you're
in.
saying.
It's like, yo, man, I'm glad you lucky. Okay, you was walking down the block and you found $100 bill. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like you just was in the right place at the right time. I don't want anything from you or mad that doing your thing.
I'm happy
Maybe
for you.
that day I lost it. Yeah, I'm happy
Yeah.
for you. Maybe I was chilling and I lost a $20 bill based on something, but you found 100. Why should I be upset? It's like you got lucky, and sometimes that's how life is when we talking about this whole thriving thing. Because I think that's what happens. People look at recipes, right? They go, "Oh, so and so got 1 million views because they did this, this, and this." And then you live your life doing this, this, and this, and you're not getting what they
Facts.
getting. Well, maybe that person just got kind of lucky. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they introduced something at a certain time, because it's always about time and place. So this is why I know we've said on this before, authenticity is everything. You got to be doing things because you love to do it, because you like to do it. And if you get up there, yo, keep going. You know what I'm saying? But it's like in terms of creating or performing, if you love to create and perform. Do it because that's why you want to do it. There's no reason to hate on a person that's getting up maybe more views or are at venues you can't get to or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do it because you love doing it. That's it.
Ness.
And
Oh, go ahead, Days. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
no, I was saying, like, I feel where Drake coming from, like just being happy for the person overall. It's like you got lucky, you put in the work, you didn't, somebody, you well connected, etc., etc., etc. Just
Right,
being
right,
happy for the person overall. And I'm gonna keep saying that, especially when it comes to friendship. If that's your friend, you should feel joyful. You get what I'm saying?
right.
Like, you should be
Yeah.
ecstatic. You know, that's your friend. We ain't even talking about you reaping the benefits. We're not talking about, None of that stuff. We're just talking about it happened.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, you being joyous because it happened.
Got you. Go ahead, Ness.
So
And then I'll chime in.
yeah, so you touched on the part I was gonna say, basically being happy for their happiness, for their success. It's actually like I had to look it up because I knew there was a word for it because it's something that we hear about a lot, like in terms of like poly relationships, and it's
Okay.
compersion. It's basically the opposite of jealousy. It's
Mhm.
they're happy about something, and it's not that you're upset about it. You're happy that they're happy. They found someone they're happy about, or they found success in something, whatever it is. You're happy for their joy, for their happiness, for their success. You're happy for those things, and that's that. I want to start with that because that was like the first half. That was half of what I was going to say, and like since
Okay.
everybody was touching on it, I want to bring that out. The other half is it also kind of needs to be said that you have to understand that this doesn't mean that you can't be unhappy for your situation or anything like that, or you
Yeah.
can't it's not that you can't be, upset that things worked out differently for that person versus for you. It's just, as Dre said, hey, they had better luck in a certain situation. Even if you're putting in the same work, sometimes that happens. Like they just hit the right moment, the right time, everything just like falls right into place for them. And it's not about like, you know, um not being upset that you didn't get it, or not being upset that it didn't work out differently, but understanding that that has its place, as well as your happiness because your friend is succeeding in something that they want to succeed in as well. So I think that's definitely something besides like understanding that, oh yeah, sure, like I'm not going to be upset they succeeded, but understanding those emotions, that the negative side of those emotions, they are still going to be there. Just understand that it's not something that you're going to overshadow their success with.
Well, I to add to your point, Ness, I think that's a great point. Um, two things could be right at the same time, right? And I think some people don't know how to separate their differences
Right.
at that point. And I think that's why I said what you said was great, because it's like you can still feel what you feel, and that's okay. However, you can feel what you feel for your friend too, and that's okay as well. The same way your friend could acknowledge your situation just as well as be able to feel his situation too.
Right.
I know some people, they try to make people feel guilty. You get what I'm saying? And I think that that would be very effed up. Your friend is in a celebratory mode, and you going through what you're going through, and you kind of you know want them to feel what you feel at the moment,
Right.
more so than what they feeling at the moment,
Right.
which is much more celebratory. I think that's selfish. I think that's where situational awareness comes in at. Like Dre like to say, you said situation and circumstance. I think that's something that you were saying as
Yes,
well.
yes, sir.
I think all of those things come into
Hmm.
play, and I think that's where people are could be mature enough to separate their differences, for you to know mentally, like, okay, this person, what's happening for them is a good thing, and we should be happy for that. And I should not feel any type of way for them being happy for their situation because of what I'm going through, because what I'm going through is okay as well. You know, I think a lot of people overlook that, separating their differences, at that particular time.
Got you.
That,
Go ahead,
that
Tess.
that is good old flat fashion. You ready? Player hating.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. It's the player haters ball.
That's right.
You see someone else succeed, man, he ain't shit. Right?
Hmm.
We've seen it. We've seen it. It happens. This is as long as time has been around. That's been happening.
Yep.
Is it right? No, it's not.
Yeah.
But we've seen this player hating, bro. We take it down to semantics.
But yeah, no, you're right though, Taz. It's like that is old fashioned player hating, right? That's that old skip, from Puff. Try that shit on the train,
Right.
son. Try that shit on it. You know what I mean? Just like hating, like that's exactly
But but
what it is. And
but we can also take it back too. We
yeah,
can take it back to the schoolyard days. Oh, Jay got
yeah,
the new Jays. I'm gonna step on them shits. But that's my boy. I don't give a
right.
fuck. He got them. I ain't got them,
New
bro.
shoes.
That's
New
exactly what it is. some people, and to play
That
to
ain't
play
your
the
homie. That ain't your homie.
to play the answer to the situation. There's people out there who just are malicious and they feel like they're entitled to your success, and it doesn't operate that way. It doesn't. You know, I grew up with everybody around me getting Jordans. I never owned a pair of Jordans. When I was young, I was like, damn, like why the fucking can't get Jordans? But you want to know something though?
Yeah, same thing with
I
me.
learned at a young age that those Jordans take out from my food money, from my rent money. Makes a mom
Mhm.
struggle, right? Because
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
wear a pair of shoes that I only wear for what, a couple hours a day at school, and when I come home, I throw them on the wall just to chill and play my
Yeah,
Nintendo. Nah, it doesn't work like that, you know.
right,
But to take it back to semantics, it's all about people just hate seeing people succeed. That's not themselves, and when they get there,
right.
and when they get their success, yeah, I did it myself. I didn't need nobody. Meanwhile, your whole team was behind you. Your whole team was sharing your shit. Your whole team was promoting you and pimping you out to all their friends. And you're gonna
Yeah,
squash it like that?
I,
Nah, man.
yeah. I would go to say a step further. Tez is actually the crabs in the barrel mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm going to hold on to you so you won't get out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's we know how you can just take a bowl, a bunch of crabs, put them into a bucket, and you don't have to worry about none of them escaping because they will never work together. They'll always keep pulling somebody down. And, that's what happens when you play a hating so much. Only thing you want to do is see people inside this same bucket of doom that you're in.
And the
Um, and we really got to
and the
grow out of that.
worst part of
Yeah.
that situation is that happens in relationships. That happens in marriage. To put this in a full
Yeah.
circle of the
Yeah.
podcast,
Yeah.
there's people out there
That's
who
sad
don't want to
too.
see their partner succeed. Nah, I want to be the one.
Right.
I'm the man of the relationship. I gotta be the breadwinner. It's gotta be my name on this. No, bro. The second y'all enter the relationship, the
Right.
second y'all move together, y'all a team. And I've always said it, and I said
Right.
this before. Relationships is a business agreement.
Correct.
You and I are putting our assets together to become stronger. Your success
Right.
is in turn my success, but it's not in terms of my success, it's our success.
Right.
Right. Right. That's why I like the term partner.
Mm-hmm.
I see that being used now in the past like 3 or 4 years. People are using the term partner more than anything else because it gives you a mindset. Like you're saying, it's like not just our assets in terms of financial assets, that's one layer, but it's like we putting together our brain power, we putting together our strength, our physical endurance, whatever it is that we have, our wittiness, our relationships. Like my people are now your people are now my people. Like
Mhm.
we are partners. We're in this together. I agree so much that a lot of relationships will have the self-destruct button because they get into competing mode, you know. And for me personally, I'm not interested in competing with
It's honestly
anybody,
tragic. It's
Let's
tragic
build.
at that point.
Yeah, let's build, no doubt. Yeah.
All right, let me chime in. I let everyone go. And so I've been on both sides of this. I've been doing very well, and I've seen people around me hating as they are struggling. And I've also been a person who's homeless and sleeping on couches while other people are doing fucking amazing. And so, yes, I understand that internally it's hard to see the person on either side of you doing fucking amazing, right? It's hard to speak to Dre and say, man, yeah, I just got this contract. I'm doing XYZ right now with the karate stuff, with the martial arts. I'm like, man, Dre's killing it right now. But I'm sleeping on Ted's couch tonight and I ain't got nowhere to go. Internally, that's hard, and I understand that and I respect that. But I think you guys hit it on the head already. Um, Two things could be true at the same time, right? It could be hard to deal with what I'm dealing with, but I could also appreciate and celebrate the great things that Dre has going on in this example, right? I think what happens is kind of what you guys already said. So, in the words of Dex, I'm just adding to what you guys are saying. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
Um,
Dex.
Shout out to Dex. We miss you. Um, I think that, yeah, you can you can see a person thriving, but if that's your people's, you should show love to them. And I think you guys said it already, but what happens is people have this internal hate system. the crabs in a bucket mentality is the best example, probably, where, yeah, I don't want to see anyone else in this pod doing better because I got to be the guy on top. I got to be the guy. Now, I only put out clips with me because, fuck everybody else. I got to get all the shine. Clearly, these are dramatic examples, but this is what happens. People don't want to see it. You even hear it in songs. Like, Neo has a song called Cracks in Mr. Perfect, where he says, I like to see everybody doing good, just not better than me. And it's very true. He might be very transparent and saying it, but a lot of people feel that way. And that's why I asked the question, because there are plenty of times when people who are your so-called friends, quote unquote, will see the things you're doing and be like, damn, but how the fuck they get there? How the fuck that's possible? But Tez just started streaming. How the fuck he's doing so well? You know what I'm saying? And so you wanted to say something, Dre?
Yeah, go ahead when
Okay.
you're done. Yeah.
And so I brought the question here because I see it very often. I see it between artists, like musicians. I see it between friends, like Tez said. I see it in relationships. And so I wanted to bring it here to the pod to discuss it because I think, yeah, it can be hard to see someone doing very well, exceptionally well, when you're struggling to even stay afloat. Like, man, I mean, I made the song Pockets Full of Lint. I was barely able to pay my bills. And all of y'all were killing shit. And I wasn't hating on nobody. I was still going to whatever shows I can and coming to hang out with y'all whenever I can. But I mean, I ain't have it. You know what I'm saying? And I was honest about that too. And I was like, hey, days I would love to come to your show tonight, brother, but I can't even get on the train. Like I can't even do it. You know what I'm saying? But Days was killing shit. And so I think, yeah, it is hard, but you gotta be able to put your, back to our first episode, your pride and ego aside and say, hey, that's someone I love. That's someone I care about. And I should be applauding them and celebrating them and helping them as much as I can, even though my situation, whatever that situation is fucked up. Go ahead, Dre. I know you want to say something.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, and I really want to just take a moment to look at this word thriving, because I think a lot of times when we hear thriving or success, we put like some sort of financial thing to
okay.
it, right? And I've lived long enough to meet a lot of people who are doing really well financially, but they don't feel like they're doing well because they got something else where they might look at me and be like, Dre, you're thriving. And I'm like, but I'm broke. But it's like, no, but son, I see you in the gym. You lifting 350. You just posted, you rode your bike 20 miles today. Like, I can't do any of those things. And I'm younger than you. You know what I'm saying? So now it gives me a different perspective. It's like, oh, I didn't see myself as thriving. Oh, but I am thriving in this. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like when we look at the word thriving or success or whatever, it's not just what dollar value, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I know plenty of cats, millionaire cats, who are just like, yo, yeah, I got resources to this and that, but there's so many things I wish I had, and I look at you and you like, man, you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, let's not only look at thriving or success in one aspect. There's a plethora of things. You have good health. Yo, trust me, there's a lot of people in the hospital right now who would love to be thriving the way you are. Yo, you got up and you was able to use both feet and you can see. As far as I'm concerned, you thriving, because I'm in the wheelchair and I got to be on this mic and have it talk to you because I can't do that.
Define thriving.
You see what I'm saying? So
I'm done with you, Days. Days, I'm ghosting you.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there that, it's not just finances.
No, I agree.
And we tend to put ourselves down because it's like, oh yeah, I can't afford those Jordans. I'm not getting the Maybach. I can't do all that. No, but what I can do, I'm super fucking good at. And I see myself thriving in a different
No, that's a great point. That's a great point.
That's
I
an
totally
amazing
agree.
point.
Yeah, I totally agree. It could be anything. You're absolutely right. It could be anything. Right. Absolutely.
Well, to thrive means to make a way, I believe. It's like to make a way. I believe so. So if you're thriving, you're making a way. You know what I mean. You have the ability. You're in the motion. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I think that's why I think that's such a great point that you made.
Right. All right. And now we go to our final topic. This is going to be a short pod. This might be our shortest episode yet. Let's